I probably should get out of here because it looks like this particular place where I'm at is being used for other purposes. And so what if the check engine light is on? At least the AC works. First things first, what did you think of the 5th gen 4Runner?
I enjoy the V8 of the 2nd gen.
Of course, he's gonna rip me. I'll tell you what, I'll stick to the questions. If you could change anything on your car, what would you change?
I improved gas mileage.
I knew you was gonna say that.
It's tough.
That's it?
Yeah.
What about backup camera, man?
Oh, sure, but I could add that on with the
yeah,
aftermarket
that's
radio.
very true. How long have you owned this car?
7 years.
7 years. Do you remember the mileage on it when you got it?
240.
240. So here comes the next question, which is going to be the bombshell here. And with 240, you've had it for 7 years. How much did you pay for it?
$1,000.
That's great, man. Yeah. All right, so we're going to do an oil change on this. Let's see a car with 300,000 miles. What kind of oil is it consuming, if any? Yep. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's not consuming any oil, actually. So this car is what I call a 20-footer. So it does look very good from a distance, guys. Maybe let's call it a 10-footer. But as you start getting closer, it starts showing its age. It is, after all, it's 2004. You see all this paint is fading. Same goes for the front bumper. But hey, what do you expect, right? It is 300,000 miles after all, and you know, as you get closer, you know, these kind of things should be expected for a car of this age, and most importantly, mileage. The windshield, I gotta say, if I have to be like super picky, it's so pity. It has so many little tiny rock chips that you can actually, if you're paying attention to that while you're driving, I don't know, it can be a little annoying. Headlights are obviously a little faded. Listen, guys, we're just being picky here. I'm just showing you guys what happens after 300,000 miles. This car, to me, is just awesome as it stands. It's definitely lasted quite a while, in very good shape, as a matter of fact. The red on the tails is starting to look a little pinkish. I don't know if you can tell that from the footage, but minor detail. And yeah, other than that, she's holding up pretty well. Body is actually very straight for what it is, you know. You would see this car in a parking lot and you would probably think it only has 100,000 miles, and as it turns out, it doesn't. As always, guys, I like to always show you guys what kind of wear you should be expecting on the interior of these cars. You know, once again, places that you touch the most. Door handle, obviously. Seat, from driving it, the little bit that I did, it's not terrible, but I gotta say it's a little flattened over here. And if you're, you know, in a rush, you might be sliding from side to side on the seat. Shift knob, a little worn, no big deal. Same goes for the armrest. The leather on the steering wheel is definitely very, very smooth. I mean, this thing is worn as can be. Other than that, you got your aftermarket radio, which I am not going to touch, because that's the one thing I hate the most, is when I get in somebody's car, or when somebody gets in my car and touches my radio. And yeah, you know, it's a car that is being used. What can I tell you? A very cool little thing that I noticed while driving this. So, passenger front, you got one handle, another handle there on the door, and one handle on the pillar. Driver side, you get this handle, the one that I showed you guys, and over here, what is going on here? There's no handle. Interesting. So we're gonna try our best here. As you can see, I'm holding this strut, and it's not because I'm trying to look cool or anything, but it's obviously because, yep, those shocks are done. I'm not sure if they're original, but it doesn't really matter. So what does a 300,000 mile engine on a Toyota looks like? In this particular case, obviously the V8 4.7. Well, let's take a look. So as you can see, just your typical corrosion and oxidation here and there. I mean, listen guys, let's not sugarcoat it. At the end of the day, this is a working horse. This car has seen some miles, and yeah, it served its owner very well. Honestly, to me, this is just once again a testament to how well built these cars are. I'm not prepared for this, obviously, because now I'm holding this hood up. I wanted to give you very important. I don't know if you're going to be able to see here, but see that label there for the timing belt? It says 219. So yeah, that's a very key point on this particular thing that we're showing you guys here, maintenance. So the timing belt has been done every 100,000 miles. So he is very much close to doing the third one. That's always very important. Change your timing belts. So another example of what to expect when you're dealing with a much older car. He gave me special instructions on how to open this trunk, because after all, she is an older lady and she's very temperamental. So let's see if I can pull this off. He said I have to push in, press the unlock button, and then pull. So let's see if we can pull this off. Push in. Nope. Nope. Oh. Nope. See? Can't even open the trunk. Wait a minute. No. As soon as I turn off the camera, the trunk finally opens. So I want to show you guys, you know, there's a lot of room in the back of these cars. So take a look at this. He actually has a bunch of golf clubs in here. He's got his fishing poles. Really cool. I like how he did that. Yeah, this is nothing new to you guys. I mean, you guys know that there's a lot of room in the back of these 4Runners, and pretty cool. We have back here, just like in mine, you have an AC outlet back there. That's really neat. Yeah, plenty of room, guys, if you can ever get the trunk open. I want you guys to comment in the section down below. Does your 4Runner have more miles than this one? And if so, how many miles is in your 4Runner? And another thing, guys, I probably should get out of here, because it looks like this particular place where I'm at is being used for other purposes. So, from driving it for a couple of days, what is my opinion of this 4th gen 4Runner with over 300,000 miles? Well, you know, she's not pretty. She's all there. She's rolling. We're driving. You know, we're making things happen, and I think that's the point. You know, you get in it in the morning, and it turns the key, and you go. Yes, the suspension's got a little bit of play on it, and we just acquired a new light, check engine light, which I scanned. He's going to need an oxygen sensor. Not a big deal. I'm eager to tell him. I'm sure he's going to be excited about that. Other than that check engine light, that's all. There's also the seat belt light, which I think is kind of funny. It comes and goes, but if you play with the buckle, the driver's buckle, and push on the seat belt a little bit, it will eventually go away. So that's actually a pretty easy fix and diag right there. This buckle is obviously being used quite a bit. But yeah, these are very solid cars, man. You have your typical issues with you know, the exhaust manifolds. They all leak on these cars, all of them. It's a little bit of an elaborate job. You might want to take it on, you might not. I probably leave it alone. It's not that big of a deal. Always check underneath these cars. Look at the frame. Look at the condition of the frame. I cannot stress that enough. Don't be ashamed to getting underneath one of these cars and just checking over the frame. You definitely want to do that, because honestly, that's the deal breaker. If the frame is no good on this car, chances are it's most likely bound to go in a junkyard. And I don't need to explain to you why. I mean, it's a very elaborate job. And honestly, I never looked, but I'm not even sure if at this point in time of the game a frame for this car would even be available. Other than that, you know, check your lines, power steering lines, check your radiator support. You know, all these things over time tend to go and they need to be replaced. Not a big deal, but definitely something to keep in mind. And other than that, guys, hey, listen, it's a solid, reliable V8. And if you can find one from like a state that doesn't have that rust issue, because over here we get plagued with that, go for it, man. These are good cars. They're still good cars. You can always throw an updated radio on it. You know, I personally, I like to have a backup camera. This one doesn't have it. You know, big vehicle, to me, it does throw me off a little, but hey, wow, somebody just got pulled over. Anyways, listen, I hope this review was helpful. Stay tuned, guys, as I will be bringing you guys more cool content like this. I'm working on a few projects. Until next time, enjoy your cars, and hey, if you got to work on them too, that makes it that much more fun. Alright, guys, and we're gonna end this video with a bang. What did I do? I printed out all the services available for this truck, and would you not believe that we got about 69 pages worth of it. So yeah, should we go through all this? Nah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick that up. I'm gonna give you guys a long and short of it. Let's see, we'll start off with the low mileage stuff. This is all just odd stuff. At 12,000 miles, the power steering pump was replaced under warranty. Interesting. 150,000, the radiator started leaking, replaced. 186, they replaced the intermediate shaft and both front wheel bearings. That must have been expensive. At 222,000 miles, here's Toyota for you. Replaced the dashboard under warranty. Is that cool or what? At 288, the rear wheel bearing was replaced. We all know that's a big job. And you know, you got the oil changes every 5,000. You guys know how that goes. Align your wheels every so often. Rotate your tires. I got here documented 3 sets of tires. We all know we most likely went through more than that. And 3 batteries. And that's that, guys.